Good afternoon, world. It's day 11 of the Siargao Island Lockdown. The whole world is practicing social distancing at the moment, but to step that up one more notch, we are walking to a deserted island. It's about 1 kilometer off the shore, and the tide is so far down that we can actually go all the way there. It's like walking on a mirror. It's amazing. This is today's activity. We told Story that we would go to the island and search for some really fancy shells. And you don't have to worry, we haven't gone on any long excursions to get here. This is literally right off of our resort right now. If you've been watching all of our other videos, you'll know that we're very lucky to have landed right here during this lockdown. We have an almost private beach on our doorstep, and also something like this that we can do without having to go for a long drive. Have you found anything?
Yeah.
What have you found?
There's a secret urchins.
Where are they?
There, here. Here and here.
I see.
Yeah, there's one here too. There's one
So there is.
There's lots of things.
So what do you think of Mummy's outfit of the day? OD. Yeah, it means outfit of the day.
OTD.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm wearing the latest design of Story with my water bottle.
Yeah. When Sasha first put her bikini on this morning, I thought, oh, that looks nice. And then you have to like cover it with a sarong and this weird chair. It's the perils.
Small child.
Yeah, perils of being a parent, eh?
Yes. Mum life.
Look at this. You got like private rock pools right here. A private island over there.
It's like a proper little rock pool there, Story.
Yeah, I could stand in it.
If you want to. Do you want to?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I want you to dip me in this.
Right, so you want me to stand in it, so you're standing in it,
Yeah,
but you don't want to stand in it.
no.
Not much of an adventurer today, are you? It's a very specific request, Story.
So warm, it's
Yeah.
so lovely.
Unbelievable.
It's so clear as well.
I can't stand in it.
Story has specified that she just wants her feet to go in, but not touch the rocks. And this is all because she's come out at nap time, isn't it?
Yes, I'm still holding you, I'm still
Don't
holding
worry.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Okay, back on the chair. If anybody's ever been curious as to what an overtired toddler acts like, basically like that. Sometimes a lot worse. Ta-da! Look at that.
Cool.
Blue starfish.
Oh, hi.
He's saying hello.
I told you don't go on stuff.
Don't worry, I'm not going to step on the starfish. We've met this starfish before, haven't we, Story?
Is this what we were looking for
Yeah.
today?
Yes. We found the starfish.
Woohoo!
It's getting deeper. Legs are in. So you just have to watch where you're stepping out here because there's loads of sea urchins. You probably gathered that this isn't the first time we've been here, but all of the footage from that video hasn't been published yet. That's why you don't know. This particular island had really, really good shells on it. And ever since coming to the Philippines, Story has really enjoyed collecting them. We've made it to the deserted island.
This shell.
You can't get much more socially distant than this.
No.
This shell.
We are the...
Already finding shells.
That's right.
Someone.
Oh, that's pretty. It's the same colour as your t-shirt. Oh, I dropped it.
There was a hole though, Dad.
You haven't found any ones yet?
No.
You're not happy with these shells? What about this one you just gave me?
No. Always you keep that one.
Yeah? You want to keep that?
Yeah, in my collection, please.
Your collection of shells.
Mhm.
So the topic of like the last 2 weeks has been isolation. And when you sit in a place like this, a deserted island all by yourself, with no shops and no facilities or anything, it does make you realise how helpless the human race has become over the years. Thinking back into like ancient times, there was a point where everyone knew how to take care of themselves. Self-sufficiency was just normal, you know? So now I'm just trying to imagine, hypothetically, if this was it, if I was stranded on this little patch of sand, how would I look after myself? What are the things that I would need to know that I just don't know right now? And honestly, it's pretty much everything. I couldn't feed myself here. I wouldn't know how to get clean drinking water. I don't know which of the fruits or vegetables I can eat, or if anything at all. Because we don't eat meat or anything like that, we wouldn't be fishing, so that's obviously out of the question. There's so many things that you don't think about in your normal day-to-day life, that if you actually put yourself onto an isolated point like this and imagine it, it's pretty scary. So I've got a question for you then.
Cool.
Ever since this has kind of kicked in, like all of the troubles of the world, what have you thought that you would want to learn that would, you know, be useful if the world went worse than this?
I guess some basic survival techniques.
Like what, specifically for you?
Get water from the rain, like how to be able to drink rainwater, but you would need some kind of equipment to do that.
Well, yeah, of course you would, yes. I mean, we would have to learn how you could do that in different environments. Something that I thought of the other day which would be useful to know is like how to sew. You know, there was a time not long ago when our generations before, everyone knew how to make their own clothes or how to just repair something. And we've lost that because everyone just buys cheap stuff, mass-produced stuff to replace. No one repairs anymore.
But I thought you meant if we were stuck on this desert island, what you would want to know.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is what's the catalyst is making me think, but this is an extreme circumstance. I'm talking about what we can do now, realistically, is learn how to sew.
Yeah, I think just like learning how to be able to make things for yourself, like without needing to buy basics from the shop, like know how to make your own food or your own
grow
butter
things.
or your own soap or your own toiletries, that kind of thing. So you're not so reliant on big corporations and supermarkets.
There's a rock pool here.
Yeah.
Look, I'll show you.
Story, you're going to need to learn all this stuff. You know that. You're going to need to learn how to grow food and all kinds of things. Did you find that pink shell? You washing them?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with these shells? Are you going to make them into jewellery?
Yeah.
Going to sell them on Etsy?
No, I'm gonna put them in the shell box.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're not going to start your own shell business? I mean, if you're talking about survival, then definitely your circumstances would depend heavily on the environment that you're isolated in. Like if you were in Central America or if you were in, I don't know, England compared to this kind of place, you'd have to know a completely different set of skills. One thing that I think would be universally good to know is how to tie knots. You know, like sailing knots, because that would be very useful for shelter and for just securing things. I just noticed that island in the distance, the waves are smashing right into it and flying way up into the sky.
These shells are for Auntie Hayel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, these ones here?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very beautiful.
But the better rock pool there.
Yeah?
That would be much better.
All right.
Not about my hair, right? Are you nothing about my hair?
No?
Look.
Yeah?
Try some more.
Ah. Does it feel good, like a little bath for your hand?
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, it's for the show. It's only for Auntie Hayel.
Okay.
He'll be so proud about these shells.
She will be proud of them. She will, won't she? I've just walked around to the other side of this island. I'm not exaggerating. The heat on this side here, next to this white patch of sand, is probably about 6 degrees hotter. Such a change from that bit of shade over there. It really makes you realise how essential just having some trees is. It looks like a storm might be brewing. Might have to start heading back soon. Big waves over there. Look at that. You can really see how much the tide goes down. Are you happy with your shell collection, Story?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with them when you get home?
Washing and put them in a jar.
Ah, good idea.
We do eat that.
Ready to leave the island?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Ooh, it's so hot.
Stupidly hot.
Go back here. I'll go to another island.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah. Come on, Dad. Come on.
Returning on the 1 kilometre walk home, which is right there. So if you read our big plans for 2020, by now we should have been back in the UK and buying a caravan. And part of the reason for wanting to do that, we wanted to create a off-grid home where we had solar panels and, you know, maybe our own generator, learn about water filtration, what to do with waste, all that kind of stuff was part of the plan for the year. And now that this has happened and we're stranded out here and the plans are completely different and Europe is closing its borders and all of our travel plans are out the window, I feel like we were just 1 year too late, which is such a shame because I would have loved to have learned all of those skills and have them under my belt already. I mean, don't get me wrong, just because our plans fell through doesn't mean that we're not going to learn those things anyway. If anything, the current state of the world has made me feel like I need to accelerate learning those things, you know? Get online, do some tutorials. I mean, I already feel like I'm quite handy, but I would like to know more.
Look at your sandstone there.
Yeah.
Another starfish.
You found another starfish? What colour is it?
Blue.
Another blue one. Well, this is even darker blue. Look at that.
The coral's blue as well. Look, the tip of the coral.
Look, the coral is blue too, Dad.
It looks like ceramic. And these look like brains.
See that? That's like.
Mummy has lots of sun cream on though, so I don't think she got burned. It's probably just that chair. Oh, it's really hot. It was stupidly hot. It's okay on, you know, the shady bit, but when you get to the white bit on the side, it was like 10 degrees hotter or something.
And inside?
If you come out.
Inside it was cool. But can you actually see us from here then?
Yeah, I can see you from here.
Here you go, Mum. So she's just rustled up a nice lunch. So you got a friend,
She looks like a girl.
especially with a name like Moonshine. I'm glad you're here, Moonshine, because I miss my dog. I miss my dog, Eden. My dog is black, and we love her very much. I don't want your kiss though. I don't kiss dogs. It's always nice to be close to an animal. One thing that I'm extremely glad of is that Sasha and I knows how to cook something from scratch, and that's definitely a skill you would need in times when you can't get everything that you are used to. Also, because we've done a fair bit of traveling over the last few years, every time we go to a different country we've had to adapt our cooking style to what's available on the island or on the land, and that's helped me learn a lot about survival and what you can do with what you've got. Another thing that I'm glad that I know personally is stuff about machinery, like how to fix simple machinery, basic engineering. Like, I'm interested in that kind of stuff, and I've always been pretty good at fixing pretty much anything that I lay my hands on as long as I've got tools. Story's eating her lunch right now. So a quick coronavirus update at lunch. We found out this morning that there are even less people under investigation here on the island, and it really is looking like we're in possibly one of the safest places in the world right now. We're just moving position because we just sat in a load of ants. So we just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's gone over to Instagram and is following us at 8 miles from home. And also, we've been talking a lot today about cooking a bit and, like, you know, being able to adapt and do that kind of stuff. So if you want to see our free recipe book, which has got some stuff in there you've probably never made, just go check it out. You know, it's free to download, and it's, you know, might help you out.
Fairly easy recipes, no like really fancy ingredients or anything like that, so you should have some of the stuff in your cupboards under lockdown. You never know.
I mean, that was kind of the thing that we specified when we were trying to make it, was like simple stuff that you probably would already know about or have. So yeah, hopefully that helps some of you guys out, and we'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's vlog. Bye.